Politan, Tata Gavin, welcome.
Good morning, Katlego.
Fantastic. You're always in a suit. Today I look like you. Except for the tie.
You look gorgeous, my friend.
As always, we continue our property.
To do.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go walk around telling people I look to do.
Yes.
Yeah, it's my to-do list. You're a silly human being. So I've got a friend, right?
Yes.
She's identified a nice property. She's been looking to sort of buy this house.
Yes.
And what she asked me was this. What would you advise? Do I go ahead and buy the property first before I let go of my current property? Or would it be more advisable to let go of this one before I move into the new one?
Yes.
Your advice?
Katlego, that's a real question which most sellers are going through.
Yeah.
My advice is very simple, okay? In an ideal situation, you'll want to buy and sell your property immediately and have them registered same time, which we call simultaneous transfer.
Yeah.
That is an ideal situation, Katlego.
Okay.
It does not happen. Probably one in 100. Okay? So the reality is, sell the current property that you have first. Because it might take you longer than anticipated. You might think you'll sell it in 2 months only to find that it takes you a year.
Why does that matter?
It matters because you want to get market-related price.
Okay.
And sometimes there might be certain things in your property that you have not fixed.
Yeah.
You understand? And you thought maybe a potential buyer will come buy your property and he will take the property as is.
Okay, so I'm assuming that what you're saying to me is that you'll be under less pressure because if you do obviously find a new property,
yes,
you'll be put under pressure to let go of your current one. If
that's correct.
And then you won't necessarily be able to sell at market value.
Yes. And also look at it this way, Katlego. You are the seller of the property. I'm coming to buy a property from you, subject to the sale of my property. You understand? So my offer is not going to be favorable to you because then it becomes a chain. Compared to if Mr. Cohen comes and buy a property straight from you without a subject to, you will more likely to consider his offer than considering my offer because my offer is going to tie you down.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So if you had to just put it down and break it down first, there's advantages and disadvantages.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
All right, Katlego. We've already spoke about some of the advantages. One, you don't have pressure. When you have time on your side, you become a better negotiator. When you sell a property knowing that you're going to buy a property again, you can even negotiate with the person who's buying your property to say, my man, I have not bought yet. If you're buying my property, I'm putting these conditions. After registration, I might rent the property, their current property, which you're buying from me for another 2 or 3 months while I'm still finding myself a suitable property. So some of the disadvantages, my friend, could be being unable to get a property after you've sold.
Yeah.
That will be worse. Okay.
Just be out of home.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing could be, what if there's a sudden change in the market? But you know what, Katlego?
It's always important to do your research, isn't it, when it comes to this thing?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So then we can give people some tips. Do your research. Check your ITC. Are you clear before you sell a property? I mean, it will be worse if you sell a property, then you find that you are unable to buy because of, ITC, either from yourself or from your spouse. So do those little research. Check where you're going. How are the prices? Are you going to need more money other than the money that you're going to get from your proceeds? Do all those research. So if you do all those things, everything should be honky-dory.
I think it's what you always say when you come on, which is that you must make these decisions be of sober mind.
That's correct.
It can't be a haphazard decision.
Yes. Free of exaggeration
Yeah.
and free of alcoholic drinks. Be sober.
Plan your cash flow around it. Make sure that you can actually afford the entire process, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.